Positives, let's start with those first. They were this close. That head printing is amazing. I did not expect a unique head print, but yeah, this is a confusing design choice. Not sure what's going on here. I wouldn't normally be compelled to look at leaks, and I know I'm late to the party with this, but I've seen this image, it's in my brain, and I gotta talk about it. I've also seen people's reception to this, and it seems pretty mixed on the whole. On one hand, the figure has some elements that are genuinely pretty good and makes me look forward to having one. And on the other hand, this minifigure carries on a few of the less appreciated parts of recent clone minifigures. But I'll get into all of that. Alright, so my initial raw reaction to this was an overwhelming, that is a 5s minifigure. I'm not sure what I was expecting. The following days I sat and had this image stew a bit in my mind, and I have come out the other side with the following thoughts. Positives, let's start with those first. The torso and leg printing, and especially that leg printing, looks fantastic. Being a named character, I'm glad they didn't just grab a regular phase 2 and paint it blue. It looks pretty good. Even on the legs beneath the waist cape, you can see the different colour at least representing the bottom half of the grey legs. Also, feet printing, love to see that. Also, arm printing. Arm printing is always a treat when it shows up. The chest print looks pretty good, aside from that jumbo ammo pouch. There must be some bullets in those guns. But yeah, no, that ammo pouch is massive. You can see compared to a render from the show how much of that blue triangle on his chest it covers up. It is comically huge. Though for my taste, it doesn't completely ruin the chest print for me. Aside from the ammo pouch, I think the printing on the torso and legs is all in all pretty good. The pauldron looks pretty good. Looks pretty stiff compared to the ARC Trooper pauldron, but maybe it's just application, I don't know. Looks solid regardless. That head printing is amazing. I did not expect a unique head print, but here we are. It looks about as good as I could have hoped for. A good blend of the existing clone head print and that unique 5s look. Alright, moving up the figure slightly, we come to the helmet. And yeah, I know, helmet holes, etc. and so forth, but come on, they were this close. For some reason, the printing on the helmet at the top is split. The angle of the little wings are a little off. The whole wing thing looks the best for the helmet mold it's been printed on. But why didn't they just add a little bit of additional blue printing to fill that gap in? Also, real quick, it's worth mentioning that this is a phase 2 version of 5, and not a phase 1.5 version, as shown in the Citadel arc of the Clone Wars. So the helmet mold doesn't bother me. Or the selection of this helmet mod doesn't bother me. A phase 1.5 figure would have been cool, but so would a phase 1 figure. But yeah, this is a confusing design choice, not sure what's going on here. It's blatantly inaccurate. If they were to go in and fill that gap in, I would have no real issues with the helmet printing. It's just very confusing. Moving on, we have no waist cape. That was expected, but nonetheless disappointing. And on a related note, no ARC Trooper backpack. Again, this was expected, but also again, it's nonetheless disappointing. The omission of these two accessories screams cost cutting, especially the backpack. It does seem like an easy and inexpensive thing to include, but it isn't here. Though I am happy they didn't plaster 25th anniversary on the back like with previous anniversary figures. That's all relegated to the base it's standing on, which is a nice little addition. But yeah, no backpack or waist cape. Makes the figure seem incomplete and unfinished, and I do wish that LEGO would start including these with minifigures again. That would be pretty cool. And finally, not having dual molded legs is also one of those things that I'm indifferent to. Would love to see it here. It would fit very well, but not having it is also fine. All in all, this 5s minifigure is pretty okay. I like it more than I dislike it. It's going to fit nicely with the rest of my clone minifigures and has some genuinely nice details on it. Honestly surprised that this is happening at all. Seems like a real fan requested addition for the whole of Star Wars celebration. It's a neat little figure.